ask you a question. If I sat you in front of a computer and asked you to find a human and purchase them, do you think you could do it? There's no time constraint. Now, if I were to ask you that again, but eliminate you from accessing the dark web or any sort of criminal organization, do you still think you could do it? You see, a lot of people assume that human trafficking is something that is hard to find, despite it being a huge problem in today's world. But that's not the case. In fact, this hypothetical scenario would probably be easier for you if you didn't access the dark web. And let me show you what I mean. Old teddy bear. Why is this thing $8,000? F, 48 kilograms, 12 years, quiet, tight, doesn't fight back. So, you're probably asking yourself, how did I get myself into this? Well, it all started on an app called VINTED. I'm almost certain that you've bought something online before, whether it be food or just some unnecessary item you thought you needed. In today's world, online shopping pretty much dominates the market, and you can find pretty much anything you're looking for. And I mean anything. Take me for example. I need some spy cameras for a video I'm making where I go undercover, and since I hate spending money and buying anything brand new, my immediate reaction is to look on Facebook Marketplace. However, for once Facebook did not have what I was looking for, but throughout my scrolling on Marketplace, there was an ad that caught my attention. VINTED is a platform much like Facebook Marketplace. It's just people selling their used items, but instead of meeting up with someone like you would on Facebook, VINTED relies on people shipping their items out, meaning there is a massive market, and it's not local like Facebook. This seemed like the perfect app to find my spy camera on, so I made the unfortunate mistake of downloading it. While I was looking for my spy cameras, I kinda got distracted and started looking for a birthday present for my little sister who's turning 7 soon. And the thing about my sister is that she loves plushies. In fact, I remember my mom got mad Christmas shopping for her because everything she wrote down on her Christmas list was nothing but stuffed animals. So I thought this could be the perfect gift. I mean, yeah, it's basic, but does it really matter if it's what she likes? However, I would never get the chance of buying a plushie, let alone my spy camera, because I came across a pretty strange listing. So, what exactly are we looking at here? Why are these coins listed at $9,000 and listed under kids, soft toys, and stuffed animals, when it's clearly not soft, let alone a stuffed animal? And why is it listed as size 12? Well, like any other normal person, I scrolled down to read more about this listing out of pure curiosity, and it became very clear as to what this listing truly was. 12, obedient, shy. This description is describing a child. The reason it's listed as kids, soft toys, and stuffed animals is because it's literally a kid. And the size has nothing to do with the coins. It's their age. And that $9,000 is serious, because there is a child behind that price. Wanting to know more, I messaged the account that published this listing, but was met with no response. And they had plenty of time to respond to me, or worse, other people. When I found this listing, it was 33 minutes fresh and then got taken down 30 minutes later. So it seems like Vinted knows this is a problem if they're taking down listings like this, even if it is an hour after it was originally published. But it makes you question how much of a problem this is. I mean, this could very well be a one-off thing that happened to slip through the cracks. And as much as I would like to say that, and in this video here, this problem is nowhere close to being a one-off thing. And it is a huge problem Vinted deals with. So how big of a problem is this on Vinted based on what you've seen?
So basically, what I personally saw was on the US servers. I had seen posts from different accounts, and the listings went back as far as like 2 months ago, 6 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. They were all very different, and after I posted my video, multiple people were commenting from places like Germany and France and the UK and showing me listings from their local areas. So I would say, you know, it's not just Europe, it's not just North America. I would say it's a global issue, and the age range for the listings seem to be from anywhere from like a toddler to a teenager.
These listings go back like 2 or 6 weeks. Do you think like Vinted has been cracking down on this more, like the more attention this has been getting?
So interestingly enough, when I Googled this, I found out that Vinted had had allegations of trafficking listings going on since last year. It's just recently, or I would say honestly after these social media posts have gone viral, that they have seriously started cracking down on taking these listings off their platform. I don't think that they were working so hard on doing that prior to the videos going viral, as yes, they were months old, some of the listings.
Do you think that there's like actually any children behind these listings?
I'm not gonna lie, when I went through how many listings there were, not like the new ones, but like the fact that I honestly, yeah, I think that the fact that there could be a child or a group of kids or a system set up that the general public doesn't know about, but that these are children off of, I think definitely needs to be investigated. I also did read some legal terminologies that like brands put out when they make public statements, and I think something really important is that if Vinted did find anything weird on their platform and they sent it off to the authorities for a proper investigation, they basically don't legally have an obligation to say, hey, we found anything related to trafficking on our platform. They said that they did an investigation and they didn't find anything linking that to their platform, but legally, if they have found anything strange, for example, and sent it off, they don't have to say that they found anything linking to, you know, trafficking. These videos going around exposing the Vinted listings are a huge PR nightmare for them. It's a scandal they absolutely don't want, so they're trying to minimize damage by turning the comments off and just making one vague statement saying, we did a thorough investigation and we didn't find anything, and the proper authorities have been contacted, basically. The reason I even got Vinted was because of how heavily it had been advertised and marketed towards me. After I downloaded the app, I went on TikTok and I saw even more ads. So that's really how I even got VINTED. They are really big on social media advertising and marketing, so I think it really hurt them.
Do you think that this problem is real or just a conspiracy?
I think that this is a real problem. I don't know about how valid each and every listing is. I know there are some trolls out there, but I definitely think that this is a real issue that too many people write off and ignore. Trafficking is still more prevalent than ever and happening every day, online, in real life, on different platforms. And I think we're sold a big lie that, oh, it's on the dark, spooky web. But a lot of it happens on the surface. A lot of it happens on the plain internet, you know? It's not hard to find. So I think trafficking, whether online, in real life, in VINTED, or whatever, is a big issue that we do need to address globally.
Knowing what people are posting these listings under, I decided to filter my search to see what would pop up, and the findings are disturbing to say the least. On screen are all of the listings I came across that seem to have some form of human trafficking behind it. White, black, Mexican, Asian, well-behaved, boys and girls. Great condition, like new, brown skin, brown eyes, small. Chill, fun, relaxed, and tall. Green eyes, isn't picky, F. In all, I found a total of 12 listings that involved some form of trafficking. But things get really disturbing when I tell you how long it took me to find all of these. I'll even let you take a guess. If your answer was 6 hours total, you would be correct, which isn't long at all. But what I found super strange is that a lot of these listings would stay up for a pretty long time before they got taken down. I mean, the listing that started all of this was up for over an hour going unnoticed. But it's a problem because they make it so easy for it to happen on their platform. When you have an entire section dedicated to kids and allow for sizes to be just straight numbers paired with a terrible moderation system, you're almost asking for this to be a problem. Human trafficking is one of the biggest industries in the world, and it's pretty much everywhere. But I find it so surprising that an average person like me can access it so easily through an app that you would expect it to be safe from. I mean, the last thing I'm expecting is for predators to be on a shopping app looking for children. And this is a question that I'm curious to answer. Are predators really on this app? Well, in order to answer this question, I decided to make my own listing. And while I made my listing very vague and didn't go out of my way to describe a child in depth, you need to understand that predators seeking this out don't need that. Predators are smart enough to put together that this listing has other intentions behind it. Now, when I was running this experiment, it was like 2 in the morning, and I honestly did not expect to get any messages about it. But literally within 1 minute of my listing being live, I started getting messages.
I'm interested. Why the adorable red panda is worth so much?
Why do you think?
'Cause that's how much you want to charge to let someone have their way with your favorite toy.
Is this a child? Hello?
It's about 6,000.
It's a pretty cool plush.
Does it cook food? I buy it for 6,000 if it does all that.
I'm interested.
Do you know what in specific you're interested in?
What do you have?
What do you think?
A very good 8?
Yo, I don't even think... How long has it been? This listing has been up for 7 minutes. It hasn't even been 10 minutes, mind you. It's 2 in the morning. We already have 210 views, 9 favorites, and 9 people have hit me up so far. 10. There are so many predators on this app. There we go, 10. Or 11. This dude's lowballing me. Why, like, oh my god. Is this more of a tighter toy? I was shocked by how many people messaged my account. I mean, at this time of night. My listing eventually got taken down by VINTED after being up for around 30 minutes, and my account got locked. However, this should have never been allowed to happen in the first place, because before you even publish an item to the platform, VINTED has a review process that checks to see if your listing is breaking any violations of their selling terms. And just so you understand why this should have never happened, let's get familiar with a few of their basic rules. Add a title and detailed description of your item. Insert a competitive price for your item. The maximum item value allowed on their platform is $1,000. With this information, it's not hard to see why my listing should have never gotten through their review process in the first place. For one, my listing did not have a detailed description in the slightest, and I did not price my item competitively. In fact, I priced it at $6,300, which is way above the maximum price an item can be valued at. I mean, according to VINTED. And the reason this is so important is because if listings like mine were taken seriously upon first reviews, a lot of listings that are genuinely related to trafficking would not make it onto the platform. But I guess it's better late than never. Throughout the time of my listing being up, I had a total of around 13 people message me, with the majority having ill intent. Keep in mind that my listing was up for around 30 minutes, at the least convenient time of night. And it shocked me how many predators are on this platform. With that in mind, even if these trafficking listings are scams or just flat out fake, the predator problem on this platform is an entity within itself. I mean, I have literally found items that have nothing to do with trafficking, but instead look to trade illegal content, meaning there is a whole separate ring of degenerates on this platform that I could dive into. As I've said many times, it's clear that this is a massive problem on VINTED, and VINTED knows it is. But I still have some questions. Is there actually anything behind these listings? Because, for one, if someone were to purchase one of these listings, there are a ton of logistical nightmares that come with this. For instance, you can't exactly ship a child through the US postal system without getting caught, and apps like VINTED use common carriers like that. Not to mention, if you were to purchase through the app, that would be a logged transaction, and would be very easy to trace back to the traffickers. After all, traffickers are very careful people, and selling children through VINTED would not end well for them. So with that in mind, it makes me question if there are real kids behind this, or if most of these posts are just scams. And to figure out if this is real, instead of being the seller, I'm gonna have to pose as the buyer this time. Throughout this investigation into VINTED, we've seen how important it is for online platforms to take user safety seriously, especially when children are involved. When I investigated Roblox a few months back, many of these same concerns came up. Different platform, different audience, but a common theme. Too many online communities treat safety as something to improve later instead of something to build from the start. That's why I'm proud to be partnering with LUDUVO. LUDUVO is an up-and-coming user-generated gaming platform where players can create, customize their avatars, make friends, and explore experiences created by the community, similar to platforms like Roblox and VR chat. What makes LUDUVO different is its approach. From day one, the platform has been designed with safety and community as core priorities, with the goal of creating an experience where players, creators, and families can feel more confident participating online. If you'd like to learn more about LUDUVO and its vision, visit luduvo.com. A huge thanks to LUDUVO for sponsoring this investigation and supporting independent journalism like this. Trust me, YouTube does not like this content. Anyways, we need to go undercover. Hi, I'm interested. Do you have session to talk further?
Yes. What's this?
That's my session code.
Oh, no, I do not have that.
So, how do I pay, and How do I get it?
Cash App?
Okay, can I see proof before I purchase?
How would you like to see proof?
An image of her?
I cannot send a photo on here, and I will have it delivered.
You can send photos on here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have no way to send you proof.
Why can't you send an image?
I have no way to.
Hi, I am interested. How does payment work in shipment?
Pay on here, and shipping will be sent to your email.
Do you have proof of this item?
Yes.
Can I have a picture then? At this point, I was getting ready to call this off, because so far, all of the sellers I talked to couldn't show me any proof of these children's existing. It seemed as if these people were just trying to collect a payment from Predator's stupidity. But I don't know what Predator would be stupid enough to pay $7,000 for a product they can't verify. So, there could very well be kids behind these listings, and if there are, they're probably already getting abused whether they get sold on VINTED or not. Because if we take a look back at the first guy's listing, he tells us directly that the child is used to it. And even if this is a scam, it's still wrong on so many levels. Making money off the idea of trafficking alone is not okay, and it just makes this problem worse. So I went ahead and tried to purchase what this guy was selling, and I sent him a link to my Cash App account so that he could request the money he needed. And I don't know what happened, guys, but after he clicked my link, I guess he just thought it was a good idea to give me his IP address. Don't click on random links, guys. And using this IP address, he actually gave me full permission to geolocate him to this exact coordinate. With this information, I was able to hand off what I had to the correct law enforcement, and hopefully this guy gets justice whether he's trying to scam or not. Oh yeah, and the second guy completely ghosted me after asking for proof, so I couldn't really get anything out of him, and it was most likely just a scam. Luckily, so far, I've not been able to identify any real children behind these listings, and it seems like all is well. But I had to try at least one more time. Hello, I'm super interested. How do I pay and how does shipment work?
I have Venmo, and I go into a place nearby, scan the code, and ship it once the payment's done.
Is it used?
No, sir.
Do I need to pay an extra shipping fee?
No, sir. It's just 2K on the dot. Do you have Venmo? Or I can bring it to you.
Yeah, but could you send pictures of proof?
Of course. I don't think I can send photos here though, lol. Do you have another app, like, to text on?
I have Session or Teleguard.
Yeah, give me your session. Hey. Is this you?
Yes. Can you send image of proof?
Yes, sir. Here you go.
Holy sh**. There are real kids behind this. And I reverse image searched the out of these photos, and nothing came back. Meaning, this is real. How did you get it?
It's my child, love. Here's more.
This is no longer speculation of child trafficking, because this is a real kid. But not only is this a real kid, the mom is the one in on it, and she only wants $2,000. I was telling you about this, child that I found, and, their mom is trying to, her, and she's, 2 months old. Or, that's what the listing said. The listing said that she was, 2 months old, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that, and it's pretty terrible because, at that age, the amount of that does to a child, I mean, it's the anatomy just does not work. And if they do survive, it pretty much destroys their they'll never be able to have kids of their own. And that's if they get the help they need right away from a medical professional to stop the internal that it causes. It's just a terrible, terrible way to die. It just doesn't work at that age. The anatomy does not work. It is possible that they do survive, just depending on how quickly they can get medical attention at that age. not likely.
Okay, as a mom, do you have anything that you want to say to that mom?
I don't think it's a mom. I don't think it's a mom. My mom doesn't do that to her child. I don't know what you would call that person.
With knowing this information, it makes this situation all the sadder, because this mom is pretty much willing to disregard human life and risk further charges than just abuse of a child, all for only $2,000. But the thing about this is that I'm not really surprised. You see, most child abuse in today's world is often by the parents, because as sick as it is to say this, it's easier to take advantage of a child that's yours than someone else's. And a lot of internal child abuse goes unreported.
So everything about a child's family reflects on the child. Their family is the first thing they know and the space they grow into. Child abuse in the family really blurs the lines of family relationships. I think that's really hard to grow out of when it's the only thing you know. When the abuse starts when a child is still young, they think it's normal. But children grow to respect their parents and even to not question them at all. The first things a child learns is from their parents, and children most likely believe what they've been taught by their own parents. That's why a lot of the abuse in families goes unreported. And the other option for most children, if their parents do get charged and taken away, is to go live with a relative that they might not know at all or be given to foster families, which can feel really scary to a child. The foster system has its own problems, and foster families can be just as bad. It's so important for intrafamilial child abuse to be caught and stopped early. A victim who's already been hurt by their own family might go on to abuse other children as well, still not knowing or understanding how wrong it really is. The victim might let other adults outside of their family continue the abuse since they have learned to accept being even when it feels wrong. In the early years, it rewires a child's brain. The victim can become hypersexual and put themselves into spaces and situations where they're even more vulnerable to being taken advantage of. It's a really horrible cycle, and one that's hard to stop when it's already engraved in the child's mind that there's nothing wrong. Abuse has many long-term effects. Victims are more vulnerable to mental health issues and struggles with building and keeping healthy relationships or accepting love.
So do you think it's more common for like abuse to happen internally within families, or do you think it's more of like a stranger danger problem?
I think it's a lot more common in families or like relatives, not maybe close family, but you have more access to that child. The child already trusts you, and it's easier to get them to be alone with you when you already know them, or their parents, so they trust you. And the predator just has more access to that. So yeah, I think it's way more likely for a child to be abused by someone they already know.
Knowing that this kind of behavior is being enabled by VINTED, and actually identifying a real victim of trafficking, I was nowhere close to being done with this person. Because I do have one more reason to believe this listing is real. Because what I didn't mention is that this person was almost immediately willing to talk on another platform other than VINTED, called Session. And if you don't know what Session is, it's pretty much an app like Telegram that offers fully encrypted chats, making it pretty much anonymous. I'm sure you can see why this is concerning, because throughout my experience dealing with situations like this, if a person is using one of these apps, it's likely that they are up to no good in the first place. Luckily, after talking to them further, we agreed to use Venmo as payment, so I sent them a link to my Venmo account. And just like last time for some reason, this person just decided to give me their IP address and geolocate them. I know, it's crazy guys, people are pretty stupid. But this person was pretty stupid in particular, because they used their real name for their Session and Venmo account. And after matching up the picture they sent me to the location I had of them, I was once again able to report this to the proper authorities, and hopefully save the life of this child. But there is still one unanswered question. How are people getting away with purchasing this stuff and not getting caught? Like I said, traffickers are very careful people, and if someone were to genuinely buy a child through VINTED, it would be easily traceable. But here's my take on it. I don't think these listings are necessarily intended for people to purchase. I think it's an advertisement. A lot of these sellers I talked to wanted their transactions to be done outside of the app, and shipping was going to be handled by them, not a carrier. These sellers are aware that any purchase through VINTED can be traced. In fact, a lot of these listings advertising children, sellers specifically state to not purchase the listing itself. So we've confirmed that there are in fact real children behind this vintage trafficking ring, and there are genuine sellers on this app despite there being a lot of scams. And even if my investigation led to there only being scams, this still does not make it right. Human trafficking is an evil industry that profits off the suffering and abuse of children. This problem has been a thing on VINTED before it even started getting traction online. But once it started getting noticed, people immediately started to debunk and dismiss what was happening so quick. And whether you think the situation is real or not, there are still other problems deeply rooted within. Whether it be the terrible moderation, or the predators that are lingering on the app seeking out children, or the few people that are actually trying to actively traffic children. What we uncovered today is something we cannot allow ourselves as a society to desensitize and dismiss so easily. Open your eyes. Because the children are our future. And they are one of the few innocent things on this planet that deserve the most. Use your voice. Speak out against things like this. Because the second we stop caring, accountability disappears. Whether it's trafficking, exploitation, or predators hiding in plain sight, the only way these problems continue is when everyone else decides they're someone else's responsibility. Hey guys, I just wanted to say sorry for not posting in 3 months. I'm working on an 1.5 hour long video right now, but some new information came out and it kind of made me have to delay it, and so I made this one for now, and while you guys are waiting for the big one, the big documentary that I'm working on. All I'll say is that it involves some undercover work in a cult. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Usually I don't add a message at the end, but I decided I'd add one at the end of this one. So yeah, love you guys. Thanks for watching.